Hello, welcome. My name is Bryce Tubbs. With me today is Vickey Mautner. She's a life optimization coach. She's a life coach teaching others how to keep hope, grow willpower, find motivation, and develop personal strengths. I'm super excited for you guys to come and join us in our conversation today. And really, I cannot wait to see what lessons we are able to take out of this, from her experience. Thank you so much, Vickey.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Excellent. You know, Everybody has a story. What was life like before you got into coaching, and what was the catalyst, that caused you to get into the field?
I just, I couldn't find the help I needed as I was growing up. I was left to myself mostly to deal with life. And I don't think people should go that way. I think everybody deserves to have a little bit of help.
That makes sense. So what is generally the reason why people come to work with you? What are they struggling with in their life?
They don't really have any guidance. They don't have anybody to help them figure out what they're going to do with their life. Right now, I work mostly with teenagers that are transitioning from high school to college or career, and they're confused. They're not sure where to go. They're not sure what they want from life. And people are like, make a plan, make a plan, make a plan. They don't understand that when you make a plan, you make it in pencil. So
Yeah.
you can correct and tweak and fix as you go along.
It almost seems like like this current generation is like younger. Like it's like they're mentally younger than what they used to be. Because it's almost like I don't know, I don't want to blame social media, but it seems like more and more of them are just not really prepared once they come out, because that guidance factor is just not as prevalent as what it might have been in the past.
I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that they were raised kind of like I was raised, where I was left to myself, free
Mhm.
reign to do whatever I wanted or act however I wanted or not do anything I was supposed to if I didn't want to.
Uh-huh.
Um, can't do that.
It's like,
You turn
yeah.
out like me and you're like 45, finally figuring out what you're going to do with your life.
uh, yeah, because it's like freedom is great after you have a little bit of structure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Children, especially small children, routine and structure.
Hmm.
Be rigid when they're little bitty, because
Yeah.
the more they get older, the more that sticks with them in a personal sense. And that's what you want your kids to have, a personal sense of structure and routine, so they can do that for themselves for the rest of their life.
Hmm. You know, So let's maybe you can help with some either examples, or maybe, for example, so let's say that someone watching is a parent of a child. What are some either exercises or some things they can do to help them start to develop a routine or develop some like structure?
Getting up in the morning at a specific time, that's the perfect place to start. They don't want to get up, they have to.
Mm-hmm.
Plain and simple. Don't let them fudge. I don't even care if it's Saturday morning. Get up at 7 o'clock in the morning. That's what you do every day, all your life. Um, with no specific set time to get up, it's harder as an adult
Yeah.
to force yourself to get out of bed and go to work.
Hmm. Yeah. That's so true. That's actually a really great point, because like when growing up, I used to go to this charter school. School started every single day at the same time, and it wasn't
Mm-hmm.
like like a bus. It was like you had to be there, and you couldn't get more than a couple lates in a row, or else you get in trouble. Versus
Yep.
at some schools, like especially public schools, you get up when you want. You can maybe walk to school, you run after the bus, you know, or you can ditch school altogether.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, but like when I was growing up, like we didn't have buses at the school that I went to, so our parents
Yeah.
had to drive us. So it ensured that we would be there every single day. Like we couldn't skip because we had no vehicles.
That's a good thing then. That's kind of a good thing then.
You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, skipping was a foreign concept. Like I think I only skipped one time in high school, maybe, and that was like it was on like senior skip day, and I was a junior in high school. You know,
Oh.
but it's one of those things. You know, when you got structure, you can do stuff like that. It's not going to really affect you as much as if someone who doesn't have structure, they skip that one time, and it's a slippery slope. You know.
And you keep going, and the next thing you know, you've missed too much school, and now you're not going to graduate. Yep.
Yeah, it's dangerous.
Uh,
It's
that's
dangerous.
one of the things that we've run into with the pandemic that's going on, or as the kids put it, this is a pan-freaking-demic.
Uh, yeah, freaking demic. You know, it's weird because it's like for people like me and for some of my clients, it's been really good. But for like a lot of people inside of corporate who are now without a structure and they're furloughed, I think that is one of the biggest like causes of struggle during these kind of times.
They're not trying to maintain a routine.
Yeah.
They get off track, they lose concentration, they lose focus, they lose motivation. That's keep your routine.
Uh-huh.
Get up when you usually get up for work every day, even if you're not going to do any work. Get up, take a shower, get cleaned up, have a cup of coffee,
Yeah.
go out and take a walk, something. Get yourself motivated and activated,
Yeah.
you know.
It's funny, right? So there are certain people, for example, my brother's a good example, where it's hard for him to stay organized in some regards, but in other regards, he's extremely structured. So, for example, he has to do things at this hour of the day, this hour of the day, this hour of the day, this hour of the day. But managing a calendar, crazy, crazy hard for him to do. So I think it's just interesting. How can you start to identify what your strengths are in regards to forming your structure?
Well, first you start writing everything down.
Mm,
That's key right there. Is just start writing down what you do and the time that you started doing it and the time you finished doing it.
for how
After
long?
about 3 days or so,
Okay.
you've got yourself a list of things and you see a
Mhm.
pattern. And then you kind of go in and you tweak it like a plan with a pencil. You just fix and nudge and wiggle and work it all in. And then you have yourself a structured routine at that point.
Nice. Okay. Can you give some tips for people who are like me, who, whenever I hear the exercise, I do it for like 5 hours and then I'm done. I never get that, and I've never been able to stick with that. Do you have any tips for sticking with that 3-day routine and write down?
I think a lot of it has to do with your personal will.
Hmm. Yeah.
Sometimes you have to break your own will to get a good will going.
It's weird because it's like it's I will write down exactly what I was supposed to do for at the specific time beforehand, but during the day, like retroactively, like okay, so I started here and now it's this time. That for some reason is so challenging for me. I don't know why for some reason. But if I say like at 8 a.m. in the morning or the night before, hey, 11 to 12, you got to do this.
Can you see mine?
Uh, interview.
I
Okay, cool. That makes sense. Okay.
I break it down in 15-minute segments.
Oh wow.
And if I forget to write something down, I can kind of backpedal sometimes
Uh-huh.
and kind of work through it. But as long as you're attempting
Uh-huh.
and you're making the effort over a 3-day time span to a 5-day time span, depending on how well you get started at the beginning, you get enough information.
Okay.
I mean, it's not really feasible to think that you're going to write down exactly what you're doing
Uh,
every 15 minutes of the day. You get caught up, something springs up. We all have that happen.
well,
Things pop up.
with your thing, it's so cool because it's already there. So all you have to do is just write the thing and highlight the number of times. That's pretty cool. I was thinking like you'd have to write that from scratch.
Oh
And
no,
that,
I made my own worksheet. Woo woo.
but yeah, I mean, but see, that's why we have experts like you on the show, because I've always thought you do it from scratch. But if you have something that easy, all it is interview, highlight the time, and go down.
Yeah, fill in the blank. I have a fill in the blank. Yes.
Uh, Excellent. So, I mean, but that's really why you work with a coach, to be able to speed up the time that it takes for you to get a skill, you know?
Exactly.
So that's really interesting. I have to show, I'll maybe show you my calendar one day, what it looks like right now. It's getting hectic. Especially when it comes to like discovery calls, the number that we're getting is like, oh, but maybe one day we'll show you that. But, you know, just kind of switching gears. So what does vision look like for you, either for your life or five, for one, whatever vision is for you?
What is vision, or what is my vision?
What's your vision?
My vision is that I help as many people as I possibly can,
Nice.
because I would hate to think that I could have helped somebody and didn't.
Yeah,
Um,
that's a true statement.
I want to make them realize that change is possible, no matter how old you are, what type of life you're stuck in. Um, it just doesn't matter. You can do what you want to, as long as you're not injuring anyone else. You
Uh,
know what I'm saying? Don't take advantage of other people. Do your thing though. Be you. Shine.
uh,
Because everybody's got their own personal magic,
yeah,
you know?
that's a good point. Can I ask you this question? So what does success mean to you?
What does success mean to me? Success means being able to relax and knowing that things are all taken care of,
Yeah.
when it comes to personal finance and my family, and that if I needed to take that minute off to go help somebody, that I have that leeway, that freedom in my success. To
Nice.
be able to run out and do what I need to be there for someone else.
Yeah. Because it's really rewarding, right? So like for me, for lack of a better example, to be able to control your time, not really have to worry about money. Like I don't know, people see the guitars or whatever. I'm like, they're like, why do you buy so many? I'm like, because I don't know, I don't really have to think about money. It's
Because
and
you like guitars, right?
well, yeah, and it's like the more people that you help out, the more that you kind of get in return. And life just becomes a little bit different. It's not about saving up money anymore. It's not really about storing. It's more about how many people can I help at one time, and then
Yep.
that's really really cool. So I'm glad that we have a pretty common definition of success. You know, um, are you working on any special projects right now, like a group program, a course, a book inside of you, or?
Oh, gosh, I got so much stuff inside of me, it's not even funny. I would love to write a book. I've got numerous notebooks full of stuff. I just need somebody to help me kind of tweak it and coordinate it. I want to do a course. Not really pushing myself on those things. I'd rather get some more coaching under my belt a little bit. I am new, been in the field for 4 years, but really didn't start coaching until about a year and a half ago. So before that, I was counseling through ministry. So it's just I'm just building on myself,
Nice.
continually working on myself, because the better I make myself, the more I can help people.
Can I ask you a question? So, like, where can people learn more about you, or where can they go to connect with you?
All on Facebook a lot. My website, people can talk to me through my website. I think even my phone number is on there, my business phone, so people can actually get a hold of me through that as well. It's much easier to get a hold of me through email than anything else. And drop me a line, I'll shoot it straight back at you.
Very cool.
I check my email about 1 million times a day.
So on Facebook, how do you spell your Facebook name?
Saying the same way I spell it for you.
Well, for those who can't see it.
Vickey, like Mickey Mouse, but that's how I got my name. My parents did not know how to spell Vicky. So they asked the nurse, and the nurse told them, well, it's probably like Mickey on Mickey Mouse. You just take off the M and put in a V.
Uh,
So Vicky, and then my last name is Mautner.
Excellent. Yeah, it's always important to spell it because it's like we may end up doing a podcast with this and turning this to audio only as well. So, I'm glad that people will be able to find you like that as well. I really appreciate your time today. It was a very fun conversation with you.
Thank you. It was great to talk to you too.
Excellent. Switching camera angles. So, for those of you watching, we really appreciate your time as well. If you'd like to get around people who are improving themselves and helping others do the same, I recommend you go and check out our free community, either on LinkedIn or on Facebook. Basically, it just allows you to get around a group of people, sort of a mastermind of people who are improving themselves every single day and uplifting each other to do the same. So if that's what you've been searching for, I recommend you go check out the links either above or below the video and come and join us inside of this community. Also, hopefully you enjoyed watching this video as much as we enjoyed creating it. Feel free to hit that share button so other people can get some benefit as well. Have a great day. Talk to you soon, and we will see you later in the next one. Done recording in 3 and 2, and